Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
Did you miss a show? Download the podcast now.
Hey, it's Alayna J. Did you get married and divorced young? If so, does your ex still live with your mom? Yeah, this is happening to one of our listeners. Plus, if you have a major life decision, you should just flip a coin. And how do you fit 4 Matchbox cars in your butthole? All of this plus so much more is coming up in the Playhouse Podcast, which starts now.
What does the meme say totally?
It says, get married young so you can be divorced and happy in your 30s. And the person that posted it lives her best life, always out and having fun at dive bars, watching music. And I'm like, I guess if you don't love that person, might be a good plan.
Well, not saying you didn't make a mistake, and there's a lot of reasons people don't stay together, so I'm not going to pretend to kind of clump them all together. Yeah. But man, getting married early and getting divorced early so that when you're in your 30s or your 40s, you're living your best life seems weird to me. Like, as humans, we crave companionship. You know what I mean? Like, it's just it's a thing. We're social beings. So I just wanted to know, has anybody been married like super young? The example you used with Courtney Stodden, I mean, she got married at, 16? She was divorced by 18.
Her mom had to sign for her. She was 15 when she got engaged to Doug Hutchinson. And then she was like a tick under 16 when she got married. And then she had a miscarriage, and then they got divorced.
She could barely buy a lottery ticket when they got divorced.
I mean, that was a really unfortunate situation that her mom put her in. And she just wrote a book and said, my mom was very irresponsible by doing that. But Cameo wrote, I was married at 18, left at 21, legally divorced by my 22nd birthday.
Can anybody beat that? Now, Amy can, and there's a story to go along with this, because you were divorced by 20, but that's not even the kicker. Tell everybody what happened after that.
And my ex-husband still lives with my mom. We all live together.
Oh, my God.
We got a divorce. I moved out, and they still live together.
See, now and I appreciate your call.
That's what happens when you're young and you have no place to go and you have no money and you get divorced. You have to stay with your ex's mom. That is weird.
Anybody else listening that was divorced before their 21st birthday, you were divorced before you could legally buy a case of beer. Now, Cameo, we got your text. You got married at 18, right?
Yeah.
You were divorced by 21.
No, 22nd birthday, right?
Yeah, 22nd birthday. So I left at 21, but he wouldn't sign the papers, so I didn't get legally divorced until 22.
I don't get that. You see this in TV and the movies all the time. Why don't you sign the papers? It's clearly over.
Because he thought that we could make it work.
So how old was he?
He's 3 years older than me.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say he was like 65 or
and
something.
And what was the catalyst? What went down?
So we were together since I was 15. So we started dating when I was 15 and he was 18.
Ooh, that'll get you 20.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So
she doesn't want to elaborate.
No.
Keep going.
What had happened is once I graduated high school, he completely changed.
Yeah.
So I graduated when I was 17, and then I pretty much could only be friends with his friends. So he was very controlling.
Super controlling, yeah.
And I ended up losing my best friend over it, who I've since became friends with again. We're just obviously not as close as we were because that was 4 years that kind of thrown down the drain. But at least now we talk again, so that's good.
Did you go back to her and just apologize and just say, listen, I was married, I thought I was doing the right thing, and I'm sorry?
Yeah, and she knew from the get-go what was going on.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But you never listen because you're in love.
Exactly.
Everyone
else could see it. And
have you remarried, Cameo?
No.
Will you?
I currently have a boyfriend, and we've been together for 5 years, and we have a 3-year-old. I don't know.
Is it important to you to be married?
No, not really.
Okay. As long as you're happy and your kiddo's okay?
Yep.
Yeah, I got you. All right. Hey, thanks for sharing with us. Always interesting to dip into people's lives. Speaking of that, thank you, Cameo. I got to get Brian on here real quick because, listen, it's one thing to get married early. It's another thing to get divorced early, but it's another thing to come on with the Playhouse and tell us what?
Well, my first wife divorced me to marry her cousin. We were working in the same place, and Well, I find out she was cheating on me, and she cheated on me on our on our honeymoon.
No.
And everything, from what I was told and everything. He was in the hotel room right next to us and everything, and she went over there and slept with him after I fell asleep. That's when I found out her and her cousin were sleeping together.
Weird news.
You have like a watching my weight bed, like watching your weight.
Little Fat Albert thing going on
Yeah, a
here.
little distribution of weight here and there. So this place, it's called the Beach Hotel in Germany. They have now banned overweight guests because they're worried that they're going to break their elegant designer furniture. So what do you think overweight would be? Like, you can't go if you are of this weight. What weight do you
Did they
think?
set this?
They
I would
have
say
they have a specific
250
poundage.
pounds.
No. 286 pounds to be exact will break their furniture.
So they don't want anybody over, what did they say? You can't be over 280 then now? Is that?
I guess to be, and you weigh in upon arrival.
Oof.
Are you kidding me? That is terrible. But yeah, they said for reasons of liability, our interior is just not suitable for people of that body weight.
Jeez.
That is awful. A 30-year-old man in China ended up in the hospital after he shoved an entire fish up his butthole and it had to be surgically removed. He claimed that it wasn't on purpose.
Right.
Never is.
Right.
And it happened after he accidentally sat on the fish. Classic excuse.
It was 1,000,000 to 1 shot, Doc. 1,000,000 to 1.
Jason, good morning, man. How are you?
Not too bad, you?
Good, man. I appreciate you calling the show. We were talking kind of a co-parenting thing here with Alayna and her girlfriend and Avery, the 3-year-old son. Dad, as he's kind of watching him one weekend, decides to give him the phone and completely blow up their bedtime routine. So the little kid's supposed to go to bed at like 7, and the phone is still in his hand at like 10:30. And
So what
the guy's
they've been doing, they've been bird nesting. That's what this co-parenting craze is called.
there's an
okay?
actual phrase for this.
Yeah,
huh?
so they kind of share a house, and Melissa and Alayna will leave, and this guy comes in. So I don't know if he forgot that there was a camera in the room, but they saw what was going down. And would you blow this up? Would you call the other the parent that was doing something wrong and let them know?
Yep. I actually got twin boys, and I had a shared custody for a while, but the problem is if you don't get a pattern set, if you got a pattern and somebody else is not following that, it's so hard to get them back into the routine when you got them back. And mine took almost 3 days just to get them back in the routine I had them for.
Right.
And it makes it difficult on the parent, makes it difficult on the kid, and then also when they get older and they're still doing the co-parenting, it's going to be, well, Dad does this. I'm not doing what you tell me to do.
Did you find that they were? Did you find that they were breaking your routine to get back at you, or they forgot, or
That was just the way they thought it was right.
They thought it was. I don't think they thought it was like doing it to break the routine. It's just, well, this is how I was doing it the last how many days.
Yeah.
They're used to it, so they're just going to try to keep doing that. But if one parent has one routine and the other has a different one, it clashes so bad. So there has to be some kind of common ground there. Otherwise, for both parents, it's just going to be hell.
Right. So I think this is why she has to say something, because you got to get some common ground here in saying that we collectively think this is the best thing, and we collectively are going to aim for the best thing, because he very well, I mean, there's I guess there's books on parenting, but nobody's written the one book that works perfectly, because otherwise we'd all read it and we'd go, yep, for sure bedtime has to be 7:30, no phones, whatever the deal is. He might be thinking that this is the best thing for him. He might be like, oh, let the little guy have some fun. It's a short life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because even when they went to my parents' house, I even gave them rules that, hey, this is their bedtime.
Yeah.
Grandparents are the worst, man. They will spoil the hell out of that kid. They will mess up your business.
So Liam has come home from weekends at my mom's house, and he has come home just like looking like hell. And he's like, yeah, Nana let me stay up 11 o'clock. We were up until 11 o'clock watching live PD. I'm just like, Mom, you can't do that. He's got to go to bed at a decent hour. And she's just, her house, her rules.
So blow it up for sure, huh, Jason?
Yeah, I wouldn't blow it up. I'd just bring it up and be like, hey, if we don't get some common ground here, later on we're going to have major issues.
Right.
So if they say 7 o'clock for them, he could be like, okay, what about 8 o'clock for me?
Sure.
So, a little extra time. But 7 o'clock and 10 or 11, that's a big gap for a 3-year-old.
I would be paranoid
They're
too
gonna
now.
They'd be, the word I'm looking for. Their internal system would be out of whack big time.
Yeah.
Because now when they go back to mom or dad, Well, I was just up until 10 o'clock for the last 3 days. I don't have to go, and then sleep schedule's all off.
Yep.
Yeah. Good thoughts, man. I appreciate you joining the show. Have a great day today, okay?
You too.
Hey, do you say something in this situation? Alayna, most people are saying you got to blow this up. So who has to say now who has to say something? Is it you
No,
or
it's
Melissa?
It's Melissa.
It's got to be Melissa?
Mm-hmm.
Is she
are you gonna be
confrontational like that?
Yeah, oh, yeah, she'll do it.
Okay.
Are you going to be paranoid now? Because he's going to be going to a different house. Like, I would prefer bird nesting.
How do you keep tabs?
I know. That's the thing. It's like we can have this chat, but then
Right.
we're not going to have any cameras in,
Here's
his
what you
house,
gotta
obviously.
do. Wait till he goes to work. I know a guy that can get you in his place. $50, 2 cameras. He'll never know they're there.
I'll think about it.
Brad, good morning, man. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Brad, you
Good.
want a name call, huh?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Karen Cat.
Karen Cat. She is being a Karen today, isn't she?
She is.
Let's reset things real quick, Brad. If you were out to eat with your family and you noticed that somebody in the kitchen staff wasn't wearing a mask, would you demand your money back?
No, definitely not. I used to work in the business, so it's a little different for me. I understand, kind of like whether it's sending food back or what demanding money back. There's just different ways to handle it. You could email the manager. You pull somebody aside, private message somebody on Facebook or whatever social media page they might have. But to make a video and post it on Facebook, I just think it's so unprofessional. It's just uncalled for.
So you worked in the business. Wouldn't it have been a better route to go for this manager just to say, the customer's always right, here's $17 back, just to make sure that nothing gets out?
The problem is that doesn't stop somebody from posting something on the internet. You're still
Tracy
not.
said if it didn't go that way, she would have not posted.
Hindsight.
So,
Yeah, it's easy to say now.
Right.
yeah. But she called ahead. I mean, we're skipping a couple of details. She called ahead to make sure all the guidelines are being followed. And then when she sees that they're not being followed, that's the issue.
No, you're right. I agree. They broke the rules or not following the rules. So, yeah, for sure, something needs to be said. But, again, everybody wants to record stuff on their cell phone and make a big deal out of something. Like I said, talk to the manager in private. And, yeah, a lot of times in the restaurant business, you're right, it is easier to just give out the money.
Yeah.
Give out a gift card so they come back. But, again, this may sound horrible, but if you have underlying health issues, maybe we're not in a place for you to go out in public yet, or – you know what I mean? So, it's such a double-edged sword. I see both sides of it,
Yeah.
Brad, how bad do you feel for me? Oh, sorry. How bad do you feel for me working with a couple of Karens like this all day?
Oh, man, horrible. I feel so bad for you.
Oh, do you, Brad? I just unfollowed you on Snapchat. Bye.
All right, man. Have a great morning. I appreciate you checking in.
All right, man.
See you later. Amy, good morning. How are you?
Good.
Good. You got those Karen undertones going, or are you going to side with me today?
I am going to side with you, JJ. I think she could have saved a lot of issues by just staying at home and making your own meal.
I know, but listen, we've been at home for so long. She finally realized, listen, I want to get out and maybe show my kid a good time, but she wanted to make sure he was safe as well. That's why she called ahead.
You'd ask for your money back, Amy, or not?
I don't know if I'd ask for my money back, but maybe I would just say that, hey, this is the issue. Or I don't go out to eat that much, maybe once a month. That's it.
Yeah. Would you post it on social
So
media? Would you throw it up on Facebook, though?
No.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't either. I know that it's kind of damning.
You just said you would.
do. No, I feel like I kind of agree with what she's doing, but I would definitely want my money back is what I said. I wouldn't throw anything up on, and I definitely don't give people bad service
Yelp
ratings
reviews.
on Yelp. I don't do that because, I throw people a mulligan every once in a while, but I would want my money back.
Hey, Amy, thank you for being part of the show. Now, I really, really want to get Tisha. Good morning. How are you today?
Oh, man.
Good morning, baby. How you doing, JJ?
Good, good.
Hey, girl.
Remember the last time you called and
How
you
you
swore a
doing?
bunch and then I had to let you go? Let's not do that again, okay?
You had hung me up. Alayna J told me, don't say the F word.
Okay. All right, thanks. So what would you do with this? You take your family out. You're having a great meal.
I'm going to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I agree with Kat, but I don't want my money back because they ain't have no gloves on.
Yeah, but I would want my money back. I would just say, put some gloves on, give me my cash.
I don't want no parts of it. You know what? I would tell them, you know what? Y'all know y'all bogus. H-E-double high sticks.
Yeah,
I'm trying to keep it clean.
That's all right.
Hey,
Because they know they're supposed to have gloves on and masks, and this corona is real.
listen,
It's
I
this
know
ain't cloud now.
the
I can't even go
coronavirus.
outside no more.
It's real, Tisha. I get it, but you just took that money out of your wallet to give it to somebody to pay for your food. Where has that money been? Strippers' butt cracks. It's been everywhere. So people always say, I wore gloves all day. Congrats, you wore gloves all day, but you wore the same pair of gloves all day. That's just like wearing the same hands all day. You know, people.
Then you got to use the bathroom. That's nasty.
Right. People say that they're taking precautions, but sometimes it's just like asinine.
I don't know what to do. I don't even know.
Okay.
I have no. But you know what?
What?
I said I was going to get Kat because she going to make Lim be embarrassed when he get 15.
I know.
Because he used the bathroom on that wall.
She didn't go to the bathroom on the wall. He accidentally put his butt crack on the wall.
You going to embarrass him. When he get 15, he ain't going to want to. His mama ain't. You know what? I just realized you married to Dad, girl. Y'all have so much fun in that house.
We do. You're invited over anytime.
Tisha, as soon as the Rona's gone, you're invited over to Kat's house anytime, okay?
You got it.
I ain't coming over there. I'm not coming over.
Tisha, hey, we got to go. I don't want to pipe you, but I got to go, sweetie.
Right
back at you.
Okay, bye. She's still going. It's anxiety, that one.
Listen,
I love it, though.
I'm standing hovering over the dump button like nobody's business. I'm over the dump button like when you walk beside your kid when they're just getting the training wheels on, and you got to run beside them on each side in case they tip. This is me on all the buttons right now going, what is she going to say next? So I appreciate you. I was reading about this guy. He's an economist at the University of Chicago. And he did a big study about people who are in between decisions, like a major life decision. Should we buy this house? Should I marry him? Should I buy that car? Should I continue my education? And he found that people that flip a coin are significantly happier with the decision years later.
So he is teaching them to make decisions that way. He's not making decisions for people.
No,
Okay,
basically what his thesis now is that when you're in a spot, so most of us will do something logical, like a lot of people go by, my gut says this, but we'll usually ask a friend, ask a parent, ask somebody we trust. A lot of us will do a pros and a cons list, but he is saying all of that, throw it out the window. And when you have a major life decision, have somebody flip a coin for you. Mm-hmm. Because one of the things that you would do if you flipped the coin would say, oh, no, I meant heads this, tails this after it gets done.
Okay.
So I want to help you today. I have a quarter, and I want to help you with the decision that you've got in your life. But you've got to, the agreement is, I'll be completely true and honest. I know you can't see it because it's on the radio. But I want to help you with your decision. But you got to follow through with it. You have to agree to take the coin's advice. So what's a decision that you've got going on in your life right now, Kat, that I can help you with?
Okay. Can you help me with 3?
Jeez, you're so needy all the time.
Have Alayna go first with her one.
Okay, Alayna, you go first. What's the decision in your life that I can help you with?
This one's pretty important. So I don't know if you've heard, but I have a new griddle coming in the mail.
Oh, my God. You do? Had no idea.
Yeah. And so I'm pretty stoked. And we're actually having a debate right now, my girlfriend and I, Melissa. She wants the first meal on the griddle to be a big breakfast.
Yes.
I just want to do a big barbecue, chicken, steaks, all the veggies. So what should we do?
Okay.
The breakfast or the barbecue meal?
So breakfast is heads, barbecue big meal is tails.
Okay.
Now you guarantee you're gonna go along with this?
I will do this, yes.
All right. Heads is breakfast, tails.
Okay, flip.
Heads.
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
I love breakfast for dinner. There's nothing better.
But now you're done. Now you're done with the decision. It's already made. Let it out. It's off your plate. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
McGriddles.
Okay, needy McNeedy.
Ready?
Give me your first dilemma that I can help you with by flipping this coin. And by the way, if you've got one, call us right now. And I as long as you promise to stick to it, I will help you. And now it's off your plate if you've got a big decision that needs to be made.
Okay, so the first one, we'll get the food out of the way for tonight's dinner. General Tso's. Okay.
Orange chicken.
With gyoza, pot stickers. Okay. Or pan-crusted pork chops with creamy rice.
Okay, so Chinese or pork chops?
Right.
Chinese is heads.
Okay.
Pork chops or tails? Chinese. It's Chinese.
I love
heads.
Chinese.
Yes, there it is. All right.
Okay. Next one.
Yeah.
Do the basement or wait till the second wave of COVID?
Oh, so you could either invest in finishing your basement right now.
Yep.
Or wait till the second wave is over.
Right.
Okay, so do it now is heads.
Okay.
Wait is tails.
Poverty, no poverty, no poverty, no poverty.
Tails.
Tails.
Now you have to wait to finish your basement.
That's fine. That's
okay?
fine with me. I'd rather have money.
Now, when do they say the second wave is going to be
Fall.
done? Like fall? So like be pre-Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe around Christmas, if we're all done with that, then we start the planning process, get it done in the summer.
Okay. Well, and there could be another economic surplus by the time you get around to it too.
Right.
If the second wave is as big as everyone thinks it's going to be.
Okay.
All right. Last one.
Last one. One Piece or tankini? Spending a lot of time with the
tankini. Where I don't even need to flip for this one, guys. I think I'm just gonna. I'm gonna put the quarterback.
Some sexy
I'm
one
gonna put the
pieces.
back. Okay. So,
Do you see that Instagram?
are you going
from
to the
Mexico?
beach? Are you going to the beach today?
Made some waves. I am not going.
Look
We
your
had
phone fell over.
We have a chigger issue in our house, so we are not going to any lake right now.
So this is the next time you go to the beach.
Yes.
Bikini
My
is
cousin's
heads.
trying to get me into tankini, and I just can't.
Bikini is heads. Tankini is tails.
No, One Piece or tankini.
Oh, tankini will be heads then, and the one piece will be tails. I can't believe we're eating up airtime for this. So if it's heads, that's
important.
the tankini.
Okay. Especially after General Tso's.
Oh, tails. See, the coin has said cover that up.
I forgot what that means.
That means you got to go with the one piece.
Okay.
Now, I don't want to give anything up here, so we'll just call you Mr. Jones. What are we struggling with right now?
Oh, JJ, there ain't no keeping me anonymous. So, divorce or not?
All right.
Okay.
So, divorce, we'll go heads, you go through with the divorce. Tails, you stick it out.
To know Mr. Jones is to know that is this the same woman that you adopted those children with?
No, it's not. It's the woman I've been traveling with the last 3 years.
Okay.
So you're gypsies.
So, heads, divorce. Now, you got to promise to go through with it. Jeez, I feel like this is a lot of responsibility right now. Heads, you got to go through with it. And then tails, you stick it out. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Heads is divorce. Tails is not.
The big D.
Cat?
Oh, man. You got to stick it out.
The coin says stick it out.
What did you say about best 2 out of 3?
Okay. You want to do 2 out of 3? Sure. All right.
I think you know what you want to do.
Second one is heads. Okay. All right. Now this one is for real.
This is fate right here.
This is for real. Third one.
Oh, man. You got to get a divorce.
Stick it out. No, it was tails.
Oh, yeah. No, it's tails. Sorry. You have to stick it out.
Yeah, I'll go with the I Ching. I get pro 6 for you.
All right. Hey, thanks for being on the show, man. I hope you have a good day. Good luck with that, by the way.
Why even call if your mind's made up?
I was going to say, if you call the radio station asking if you should be getting a divorce or not, I think your mind's already pretty much made up. Remember this from earlier in the show, guys?
It was 1,000,000 to 1 shot, Doc. 1,000,000 to 1.
So, Kat had talked about this guy in Japan who had to be rushed to the emergency room because he had a full fish up his butt. And he said he accidentally sat on the fish.
Yeah.
They had to surgically remove it. Alayna, I don't think you were part of the show, but did I ever tell you the time that I did my clinicals? So I took an EMT class in high school. I was a senior, and basically the guy that was doing the class was like a social studies and history teacher, but he was also the head of the ambulance. And his son was an emergency room doctor at the big hospital. And so what we did as part of our clinicals so that we could, help as a first responder, we spent an overnight in the ER and shadowed doctors. And everything was really calm and everything was just really kind of normal. You had to get a mom coming in that's going to have a baby or something like that. And then we did have a guy come in. And you ever remember when your dad would go, like he's a UPS guy, right? He drives truck, right?
Yeah.
Does he always bring a lunch?
Oh, definitely.
So did he ever have one of those giant thermoses that he would put coffee in, and it had
Campbell's soup?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was usually like a camouflage, or it looked like a pattern on it, maybe like a flannel pattern on it, and it had the unscrewable lid that had the little hook on it, so you could pour your coffee in there and drink out of that. Well, this guy had one of those completely up his butt.
The lid. Not the container.
Not the container, right? The lid. Right.
Come on, it gets better.
He wasn't that kind of a hero, but he had the screw off lid with the little hook, the little handle up there. And he claimed he had slipped in the shower.
Yeah.
All right. So that was one, and that was early. That came in at like 2 a.m. But right as we were leaving, a guy came in, and he had 4 Matchbox cars in there.
But they were like the convertible small ones.
They were. I don't know. But and here's how it happened. He claimed he had pain.
Right.
And they say, all right, sir,
I don't know why.
Did you put anything in there? And he's like, no. And so they get him into the x-ray. And they pull, so he's sitting in the room, and we're supposed to be keeping this, me and another guy, we're supposed to be keeping him company. And we're like, all right, so, what else you got going on? Hope everything's right. We're thinking maybe his appendix burst, and maybe he's going to be rushed into the emergency room and whatever. And the doctor comes back in, and he makes eye contact with me, and he just rolls his eyes, and he sticks the x-ray up on the sheet or whatever. And you can clearly see 4 Matchbox cars in this guy's rectum. And he goes, Tony, you got to tell me what's going on here. And he said, well, and he explained the story that they were experimenting with what would fit. And apparently 4 is the number of Matchbox cars you can get up there before you got to go to the emergency room.
It's like Fuzzy Bunny with the marshmallows. You finally realize how many you can get. The ones I don't get are the phone charger up the pee hole. Those are the ones I don't get. Because have you ever been bored, Alayna, and you're just sitting on the couch and you're like picking at your cuticles? Like that's the stuff I think about when I'm bored, but I don't ever think about shoving anything in a pee hole.
I don't know about your house, but phone chargers that are premium around my place.
I can't, too. And if one's missing, our whiskers are cut.
I can't find a block to save my life. I'm like, can somebody? So, I was just thinking.
It was 1,000,000 to 1 shot, Doc. 1,000,000 to 1.
I just thought I had to share that story because if there is something that I will still, no matter how lucid I am on my death day, I will remember those 4 Matchbox cars up that guy's butt and him saying, no, man, it's something inside. Like it's my rectum damn near killed him is what it did.
Podcast. Download the podcast.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryant Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend. Immediately.
And hey, we have more podcast episodes available, so go check them out right now. Do it. Come on, do it. Seriously, do it.